Hi guys, I'm Anita and I'm back with another video, and today I'm here to do a book haul because I again acquired a couple of books. Quite a few actually. These are books that I got since March, the beginning of March until now, the beginning of May. So it's a couple of months since I did a book haul last. And first I want to get into the books that I got because of my booktube SFF read-alongs. A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab and Crooked Kingdom by Lee Bardugo, because these are read-alongs. They were read-alongs for April and I have not gotten to them yet. They were actually part of my Tome Topple TBR, but I didn't read very much over the Tome Topple. And I also got Saga Volume 5 as well as Saga Volume 6. I already read Saga Volume 5 and I really enjoyed it, and I'll have a review of this in a wrap-up really soon. Then I also have, as I said, I have Saga Volume 6, and then I also got Descender Volume 2 by Jeff Lemire by Dustin Nguyen, and I'm really looking forward to getting to both of these novels. Then because I got the first two books in the Darker Shades trilogy, and I saw that there was a bit of a cliffhanger by the end of Gathering of Shadows, I also got A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab so that I can finish up. Then I have it at least, if I feel like reading it now, I feel like I have to at least read the first two books and then decide, because I've got the whole trilogy. But yeah, I'm optimistic. I've heard that the second book is better than the first, so we'll see. The next things I'm going to show you is a couple of sequels that I got because I read a book in that series and they either had a cliffhanger or just wanted the next book in the series, so that I'm ready for it when I get to it. The first one of those is Marked in Flesh by Anne Bishop. This is book 4 in the other series, and I really love this series. I read the first two books in the series, and I have Vision in Silver on my TBR as well as this one now, because these mass market paperbacks are always released like a year after the actual release date of the actual book, so I'll always have to wait a while to get it, but it was released in January, and since I haven't read Vision in Silver yet, I wasn't in a hurry to get it, but I saw that there was a bit of a sale on it, and so I decided to get it. Then I also got two other sequels. The first one of those is Dream Fever by Karen Marie Moning. This is book 4 in the Fever series. And last time I got a wrong edition, so I made sure that I got the right one. And they're getting a lot bigger, so I think they're going to be exploring more things. And it definitely ended. Book 3 definitely ended up at a cliffhanger, so I'm really excited to get to book 4 in this series. And the final sequel that I also got was The Rose and the Dagger by Renee Ahdieh. I read The Wrath and the Dawn back in the beginning of February and I really enjoyed it, and so I want the sequel so I can finish this series and cross it off my long list of series that I've got going. Next books were books that I'm really excited about, and either they were on sale or I just needed to have them right now. Some of them I've already talked about on my channel because they were books that I got back in March, and I've been talking about them because I wanted to read them really soon, but I haven't gotten to them yet, so I don't know what that says. The first one of those is Bone Witch by Rin Chupeco. I was really excited about this one, so I pre-ordered it, and then it arrived here 2 weeks after the release date. So I don't know what's going on with Amazon's pre-order thing, but yeah, it doesn't work really well. It is just all black dust jacket, so pretty boring actually, but I love the actual cover of this. I think it's really beautiful, and it is about some necromancers, so I think that's really exciting. I think these topics are always really interesting, so I hope I'm really going to be enjoying it. I had it on my April TBR, but I never got around to it, so we'll see if I can manage to squeeze it in May. Another new release, 2017 release that I got this, I think I got it in March as well, was Caraval by Stephanie Garber. This is a book that has either people who absolutely love it or they hate it. There's nothing really in between, so I'm really excited to see where I fall in that category. And if I don't like it, at least the cover is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the front is really beautiful, the back is really beautiful, and the spine looks good on the shelves. And then obviously the naked hardback. I got the clock, which I'm really excited about because I either wanted this one or the dress. They have different pictures on the naked hardback, so definitely excited that I got the clock. So yeah, I'm excited to get to this eventually at one point. I think it's going to be pretty fast paced, and some people have been comparing it to Night Circus, and some people said it's not the same thing at all, and we'll see. It's definitely something to do with the magical traveling thing, so in that sense it is similar to Night Circus. Then I got 2 short story collections that I'm really excited about. One of those is Down These Strange Streets, which is edited together by George R.R. Martin and Gardner Dozois, whatever his name is, and it features some of my favorite authors. I'm really excited to get to this, hopefully pretty soon. This is a really tall paperback again. I don't see these very often, and I wasn't aware this was a really tall paperback, but I got it at 50% off, so that's why I bought it at the time that I did. The other short story collection I got was Stories of Your Life and Others by Ted Chiang. This was recommended to me on my channel from that Cozy Book Nook. I think she recommended this to me when I was asking for some sci-fi recommendations, and I've only heard really great things about this of everyone who's been reading it, so I'm really excited to see where this short story collection will go. The next book I got in my haul was The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers, a book that I'm really excited to get to. And I don't think I'm able to remove that sticker. Yeah, but I've only really heard really great things about this, so I'm really excited to get to it eventually, very soon, hopefully. This is another new release that I got, but this is one I'm really excited about. It's a standalone, and it's The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. I read Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda back in January and really enjoyed it, and I'm excited to see something else from this author. And I on purpose not really looked into a lot of things about this book, except that I know they're connected in a way, and I think Simon is actually this main character's cousin, so it's tied in that way, but it's a whole new story and new characters, so I'm really excited to see where this will go. The next books I'm gonna show you are books that I am so excited I got, and they're all used books. I finally found some stores on Amazon Marketplace that actually ship to Denmark. I've had really big issues with this in the past, where I've tried to get books, buy books used, because I don't care if they're used, of the new used books, yeah, they're a lot cheaper, and so I can get more for the same amount of money that I will be able to get these books. And so I'm definitely going to be buying a lot of used books in the future instead of buying them full retail price. Yeah. But the first 2 books that I got in was books that I found from World of Books. Actually, all of these books have been shipped by World of Books because I noticed they could send to Denmark, and the first ones, and then I've also discovered a couple of others. I got Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson, and I also got Elantris, also by Brandon Sanderson. I'm collecting these UK editions because I think they look really nice on the shelves together when they're all going to be these white covers, and these, even though they have been used, some of the pages have been yellowed a little bit, and it seems like there's been a bit of a tear in the pages, but it's still decent, and it's not something that's going to be ruining the reading experience. The spine's a little broken, but in all honesty, I think they're in pretty decent condition. My books looks the same after I've read it, the majority of them, except I don't tear the pages, but yeah, that was a little bit, and it's not something that is going to be affecting the overall enjoyment of this book. The next book I got was a book that I read, A Tyranny of Petticoat, last year, and I actually really enjoyed it. And the author that edited this was Jessica Spotwood, and her story was I don't know if it was my favorite, but it's definitely one of the favorite short stories in there. One of those that I rated 5 stars. So I definitely wanted to check out some more by Jessica Spotswood. So therefore I got Born Wicked by Jessica Spotswood. This is the first book in the Cahill Witch Chronicles, I think. This is also really... Trino at Between Chapters has been talking a lot about this book series and this author because she really loves this author, and so that made me want to read her books a lot more. And I also think Kayla Rain is on the same boat about that, so definitely excited to get to this. And then I got 2 books that are first in a series where I have books 2 or more, but I didn't have the first one. The first one of those is Wicked Lovely by Melissa Marr. I got book 2 and 3, which I bought at a library sale for $1 each. And so I got this one. I actually thought I purchased the hardback edition of this because I wanted the hardback so it could match my other hardbacks. But the covers themselves actually matches pretty well. And yeah, it says on the cover, compulsive enough to give Twilight a run for its money. I don't know if that's saying a lot about the book, but these are usually my sort of guilty pleasure reads, and they're going to be going by really fast. The font is pretty big, sort of space between the lines, and I think it's 300 and something pages, 327 pages, so it should go by pretty quick. So I'm definitely excited to get started on this series so I can see what it is about. And the other first book in the series that I got, where I actually have books 2, 3 and 4, is Once Bitten but Twice Shy by Jennifer Radin. This is the first book in the Jazz Park series, and I have books 2, 3 and 4, which I also bought in a used bookstore back in last year sometime. I think it was in August actually. So now I have book 1 so I can get started on this. This is an urban fantasy series following a vampire, I guess, and I really enjoy urban fantasies, and I definitely also enjoy vampire urban fantasies so far. I've really been enjoying those, and they're really short, so they're going to be really quick reads. The last 3 books are all mass market paperbacks as well. The first one of those is a classic, and it's one that I got because I actually want to read more classics, and this is one I'm going to be trying to read for the Art Fantasy Bingo, and that is Watership Down by Richard Adams. I think if I'm going to be reading classics, it's going to be fantasy classics or science fiction classics or something, because those are the ones, when I've read them, that's spoken to me the most. I think my favorite classic that I've read so far has been 1984 by George Orwell. So that said, I think those are the books that I'm going to be trying to read of classics. I also want to read Little Women again. I read that, I actually enjoyed it, but I think it was an abridged audio version, so I don't think I got the whole story, but I definitely enjoyed the parts of the story that I did get through. But yeah, Watership Down by Richard Adams. And then I also got another mass market. This is a fantasy author that I've had on my TBR for so long, and it's a chunky one, and it's really heavy. And I haven't seen anyone talking about this a lot on BookTube. I don't know if it's because it's bad, but it has really high ratings on GOODREADS. And I think, and it's a female fantasy author, and it's Cushiel Start by Jacqueline Carey. I think maybe this book series has a lot more romance in it than the general fantasy genre has, but I enjoy romance every now and then. I don't think it's going to be a problem for me as long as the romance is something I can get by, so I'm definitely intrigued to see this. And if I like this, there's this trilogy as well as another 2 trilogies that's set in the same world, and I think this is following one character, and then there's a trilogy that's following another character, and etc. So really excited to get to this. It's a chunky one. It's 907 pages, I think, and yeah, it's by Tor Books, so excited. The final book that I got is another mass market paperback, and it's another fantasy, and it's another huge one, and it's one that's been talked and praised a lot from especially Sam or Sam's Nonsense. She's been talking about this book a lot, and this author a lot. And so far, the books that I've read that she's recommended, I've really ended up enjoying. So I'm hoping and thinking that I will end up really enjoying this one as well. And the book that I'm talking about is Daughter of the Forest by Juliet Marília. This is the first book in the Seven Waters series, I think. I'm really excited to get to this. This is not the cover that I thought I ordered, but I actually really enjoy it. I think it's pretty beautiful and definitely excited to get to this. This is 600 and something pages, so it's not as long as Crucial Start, but still up there with the chunky books. And I'm excited to get to this eventually. I'm going to have new plans of how to get through all of the books, because since I'm only reading like 5 of the books that are from my shelves a month, you can see how this is going to be a problem in the future when I buy 15 books a month. So do the math. This is going to be so difficult with the thumbnail, but these are all of the books that I got in March and April, and I also got a couple of ebooks, but I don't know, are you interested in what I get on my Kindle? Let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see a Kindle haul of the books that I've hauled over the first half of 2017. I haven't gotten that many, but I definitely have gotten a few. But let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of the ones. Are there any of the books that you think I should prioritize compared to the others? Let me know about that in the comments, and yeah, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Bye bye!